Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
And just like that, it's already Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I'm very happy because this week went by slow for me. I felt like it went by slow.
It did, and then it's fast at the end. I don't know.
Because I remember thinking, it's only Tuesday? I don't know.
Dreaded Tuesday.
Yeah, I hate Tuesdays.
Because Wednesday's like, all right, it's hump, middle of the week.
Yeah.
And now...
And Mondays, I'm usually like good. Like
Yeah.
I'm raring to go. Tuesday's just...
I wonder if everybody feels that way about Tuesday.
Anticlimactic.
We never talk about a Tuesday.
Terrible Tuesday.
What do you guys think? Terrible Tuesdays?
I don't know.
Because it's
I
usually
don't
happy
know.
hump day. Even I say that. Happy hump day.
Oh, you do when you're on Insta?
Yeah.
If you guys are not following, Mike is very active over here on his Esco Elite Fitness
Yes.
Instagram. And you have a YouTube channel
Yes,
as
I
well
do.
with a weekly vlog over there.
Thanks to this one over here. Got to give shout outs to you.
I help him with the editing.
Of course.
I spend a lot of time behind this computer.
Yes, you
doing
do.
editing and things.
You're the editor-in-chief.
The editor-in-chief.
You're the
Wow.
boss.
I'll take
You
that.
run the show.
Today
I just
is
show
all-
up. I
today
just
is
show up and do my
so-
part.
Today is so warped. What do you think you are? The talent? You just show up, but it's going to be like that.
No, I'm saying you do all the technical stuff. I don't know how to
I
do
just
that
show
stuff.
up and do my part. Isn't that like the ultimate goal? I want to be able to do that one day.
I
Just
know.
show up and do
For
my
sure,
part.
both of us.
Anyways, the today's schedule for me is so out of whack, and I'm such a routine person that it feels weird.
Yeah. Why is it out of
I
whack?
didn't go to Orange Theory
That's
yet.
true.
I usually go already. I did do the walk, which
Yes.
I normally don't walk on Thursdays.
I don't know why I assumed you did.
No, I
feel
don't
like you
because of the
almost walk every day.
podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can I also get a walk in and go to Orange Theory and do the podcast and make my dad breakfast and make it to his hospice meeting? And so I had to just move the puzzle pieces all around, and I'm making it work.
See?
Yeah.
There you go. She just gave you the formula, you guys. You can make things work, but nope.
Things move.
They go like this. Oh, there's a barrier, and that's it. There's a problem, and there's not a solution. There's always a solution.
Yeah. It's like chess pieces. So I had to move my little pawns
That's
around.
it. Yes.
And I got it all done. I got work done this morning. I got the steps in. I
Yep.
made my dad breakfast.
Exactly.
I took a quick shower, got ready, doing the podcast. I have Orange Theory. And right after Orange Theory, my dad has a hospice nurse visit. And all of that is going to be done by 1 p.m.
My favorite saying, you guys, gettingshitdone.com. See? That's it. Got it done.
Got it done. Getting it done. Getting it done. I'll be happy when it's all done, when all the boxes are checked. I've already checked a few.
Yeah.
And then, I have to edit this podcast, and I have some other obligations to film today for different little things I have going on with brands and stuff.
Oh,
So
nice. How's that going?
It's going good. I actually I had a partnership with a company called Musely.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you saw me post that, the hair,
No, I didn't see.
my hair. So I did the post yesterday. So it's been a long time coming because I've been taking this pill and this is not sponsored, by the way. I'm just sharing what was sponsored. So I had a sponsored post that went up yesterday for an agreement I did with Musely. It's a company that does prescription hair pills for people who are struggling with hair loss, which
Oh.
I have been.
Is this just for women or both?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I think they have pills for men
Oh.
because mine is the one for women, and then they have a male one. So it's prescription only. But I've been taking it since
Nice.
February, and I signed a contract with them in February, and I started taking it, and I was supposed to post about it 3 months later. I was supposed to post, I think, the end of April or May. I think it was
May.
May came, and I did not feel confident posting. I have to be honest with you. They emailed me, and I ghosted them for a few days
Yeah.
because they were asking like, "Hey, are you ready to do the post per the contract?" And I'm like, okay, I can't, this is unprofessional. I can't ghost them.
Yeah.
So I emailed and said, hey, I know we have this contract, whatever, but I'm not confident with these results in order to post. I don't feel comfortable. This is not enough. This is not what I see on all over YouTube and stuff like that, where people are like, oh, I have these luscious locks.
Yes. All of us. Yeah.
And I was honest, and I felt very good with the response because they didn't push me. She said, you know what? I'm seeing results. There's definitely stuff coming because I would have to send them monthly pictures.
Yes.
She says, but if you're not comfortable,
Yeah.
then we'll hold off. We'll do another bottle and we'll see how you feel in 3 more months.
Ah,
And I thought, you know what? I respect that.
me too. I like companies that are willing to like bend and work with you, not work against you.
Yeah, because there's lots of things that you can do with your editing and stuff to make something look like the results are good or whatever. That's why I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody.
The internet's sketchy these days.
I actually, before she even had said that, I had actually took it upon myself to purchase another bottle. I didn't even ask them to send me another bottle. I purchased another bottle, which she was like, we're going to reimburse you for that after. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it's not because I was being grimy. I just wanted to give it more time. And I felt bad because I know we had this contract. Anyways, long story short, 3 more months passed and
okay,
I finally felt results.
Yes.
But I only just recently, over the past like month, what I realized was when I was pulling my hair back, I still felt like there was like not a lot of hair here, which it's still in the growing phase.
Yeah.
But I had for a couple of months, I had these really awkward like horns.
Yeah.
And I would spray them down with tons of hairspray and they were just weird like horns that would stick out and the hair wouldn't stick down. And it was the awkward growing phase.
Oh.
And it didn't dawn on me. I don't know why I didn't think, oh my God, this is my growing hair.
New growth.
It's new growth. Now it's long enough to where it lays down. So I can wear my hair up and I have growth that covers like the thin area that's in my hairline. That's where I'm self-conscious with.
Wow.
So it's a long story. Sorry, guys. It was a long rant.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that you have to be careful with who you trust out there and with companies. But I was happy that they were willing to work with me and supported me in that I didn't feel confident in posting a video that would show significant enough results that anyone would care about anyway.
Exactly.
It also goes to show it takes commitment. Hair growth doesn't happen overnight. And when someone says, oh, I noticed growth in a month, your hair can only grow about that much in a month. So are you really noticing anything?
Yeah, I know. You got a microscope up there and you're really like, are you measuring it? You can't track it.
It takes when it comes to hair growth, it takes time. The reason why I liked this solution, are there other solutions out there like topicals and things? Yes. But I've done topicals before that have gave me results, but what always happens, I always fall off. Yeah. Because it takes time.
Yes.
But this didn't take any time because I just added an extra pill to my supplement routine. Oh. It's only a pill. 1 pill a day. That's it.
Oh, it's not. I'm assuming you're putting something in your hair. See? It's just a pill.
It's a pill.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pill. So it was no brainer. Like, why not? So it took 5 months, I would say, to where I was like, oh, okay. I have growth. I have actually bangs, like little bangs that are this long. They're about this long now. When they were this long, it was awkward, right? It wouldn't lay flat. Now it's this long, and I can actually brush down and have the little bangs. It's crazy because my hairline is different. But that went live yesterday.
Are you happy?
I'm happy, but it's like just the beginning. I'm happy because now I'm like, okay, it's working, but I'm going to keep going. Got to keep taking it.
Yes.
If I were to stop taking it, I'm sure I would lose the growth.
Yes. Smart. People they're on a good trajectory in life, and then for some reason
they stop.
Yeah. Like you could be on a good weight loss journey and then you hit a certain level like, yes, I got there. No, there's still more. Yeah. And I stop.
Get to the next level. You can't stop because it'll go back to what you had before.
Remember I was talking to you about men, and I'm guilty of it, where we get hung up on the scale and when we're losing weight. Mm-hmm. Sometimes most men, their confidence starts to shrink by that number.
That's crazy because it's the opposite. Men like to see a higher number.
Yes. They like to feel like
see a lower number.
Dudes like to feel 200 and up, just muscular.
200 pounds.
Yeah. Yo, bro, I'm 220. That was me. I'm 225. I bench 405. Oh, look at me, muscle man.
Yeah, but
now I'm the old 48-year-old man weighing about almost 175. I'm down to, but what I'm telling you is, I still got to go down more to strip off the fat. Mm-hmm. Most dudes would be happy right here. I'm in good shape. I can go out and run 3-5 miles if I want to, and I can train. I'm what you call a hybrid athlete. I can do it all. Calisthenics, jump rope, jog, fight train, strength train, you name it. So that being said, it's funny that dudes they get worried about the number on the scale. Like guys are like, you're going to lose more weight? Yeah,
because they're worried about that number being small.
Yes.
It's so funny because it's the opposite for women, but it's basically the same thing. A woman, she could be totally perfectly happy with her body. She'd be like, this is the best I've ever looked.
Yes.
My clothes fits or whatever.
Yeah.
But I need to lose 5 more pounds because I want to see the scale say 120.
Yes.
But it's like, why? If you look good and you feel good, don't get married to a number on the scale.
No.
Just use it as a data point, which we're going to definitely talk more about that.
Yes.
On that topic's going to come up for us more so because we just got a new scale and we're going to be analyzing some data. So stay tuned for that for sure. Yeah. Let's move on to Comment Corner. We have some good comments from our listeners. Kelly Mo 22 says, I love your podcast. I told myself I can only listen to them while I take a walk. It motivates me, and I've also switched my diet after watching many of your videos. Thank you so much.
Hey, I like that. Hey, she's getting her steps in and listening to us.
I used to do that. I used to say I could only watch Grey's Anatomy if I was on the cardio machine many years ago. And
I remember you used to be at the damn gym with your iPad.
With my iPad years ago, like 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. So yes, that is a good thing to do. I love to save a podcast for the gym, like a specific podcast. And
I always listen to podcasts while I'm working out. I still go hard.
All right, the next one comes to us from Cindy B100. She says, I'm always working on recomping, turning 50 this year, and at last check reached 21% body fat. That's amazing, by the way, 21% body fat.
You're killing it.
Just motivated me more to keep crushing it in the gym and stay consistent with my food to keep going. This is a long game. The goal is always more lean tissue and less body fat for a fit, healthy life. Exactly.
Hello, say it louder. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, people think like, why are you still caring? Why are you still tracking macros? You look fine. Because it's a forever thing.
Forever thing.
It's a forever thing. The goal is always...
This is our lifestyle.
More lean tissue, less body fat.
This is, excuse my French, this is where people fuck up. Stop chasing the physique. It's for this. This is happy, the rest is happy. That's what it is. But people always chase the look. This is the lifestyle up in their mind. It's all in the mind.
No, for sure. Everything starts with the mind. Exactly. For sure. You ain't going nowhere unless you change that.
Exactly.
And lastly, this one comes to us from Felicia, and I'm going to butcher this last name, Naum, Naoum. She says, can I just tell you how much you and your husband have been helping me to make more changes? Not everyone on here is inspiring, but you and your husband seem to make me want to do more. I listen to you every week, and I feel so inspired to move more and make healthier choices. I am a bigger girl, and while I am all for body positivity, I have become more focused on my health. I love that. I am 35, and I just want to feel strong. Both of you have such a way of making health and fitness less overwhelming and more attainable. My life has truly changed since watching your podcast. I approach things much differently now than I have been watching you both. Your energy is contagious, and I truly appreciate this podcast. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much those comments make me just want to keep doing this more and more.
Yes. Because, hey, listen, you guys, don't tap out. Don't put a number in your head and say, oh, society says I'm 40 years old, I have 3 kids. This is just the way I'm supposed to look. That's a lie.
Right.
They lied to you.
Yeah. And especially on my YouTube channel, a lot of my followers there, they say, thank you for showing me that I can still be cute and fit and stylish and all the things, even though I'm 50, 55, 60, 65. Right?
Yeah. Sorry about that. My phone went off. Oh. And that's exactly, we don't have to be like I say, society tells you just got to get old and dress a certain way. No, you can be hip on your game.
So many people, they'll look at me or they'll make a comment on my YouTube videos and they'll say, you're in menopause. You know why they say that? Because in their head, we've been taught, we've been dealt this deck of cards that what menopause looks like. And menopause looks miserable. It looks like we're the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Okay, that's what menopause look like.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you that menopause looks just like this.
There you go.
Because I am in menopause, full blown. I am 47 and a half years old. And this is what it's going to look like. And this is what it's going to look like in 5 years and in 10 years. You don't have to look like Betty White to be in menopause.
No.
Do not let society or anybody tell you that you have to hang up the apron at any time and give into it.
Exactly. Same thing with us men. Same thing with men.
It's
like
the
a
same
dad bod
thing.
movement. No.
Yeah, for a long time, the thing was like when you became a mom, then you succumb to being a mom and you just be okay with a mom body and all of that.
I remember her dad.
That transitioned a while back, and mom started to be fit and cool, style, and all the things.
Yes.
But what still is lagging is the menopause thing. because menopause still has this stigma that you're an old, decrepit lady if you're in menopause. And that's what I am striving to change.
Exactly.
With one client transformation at a time, my own personal physique and my ability to maintain it despite the fact that, yes, it's harder.
You said that. You said you're having a harder time trimming down this time than when you were competing.
Yes, it is harder. But it doesn't, just because something becomes more difficult doesn't mean that you give up and don't do it.
Exactly. Remember this, what she just said. Take those words, it's harder. Harder makes you stronger. Remember that. You persevere. You're resilient. Remember that. When you build that in your brain, you'll conquer anything.
And sometimes when something is harder to achieve, you value it more.
Yes. I just wrote a quote about, and not to gaslight nobody, saying, you get an overweight man over here applying for this job, you get a fit man over here. The guy said 95% of the time you're going to go with the fit dude because he looked like he's serious, like he gets things done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw that actually on an Instagram where someone said, take it for what you will, whether you like it or not.
Exactly. The truth hurts.
You are going to be taken more seriously if you are fit and healthy and present yourself in such a way. That's not to trigger anybody. That's the truth.
Yes.
That is just, isn't that true about anything? Presentation. Like your vessel, your body, the way you dress, the way you look, it is a representation of you. It's if you have two packages and one is just like a cardboard bag and one is a beautifully wrapped package with a bow, which one are you going to want? You're going to want the beautifully wrapped package.
Exactly.
Not the cardboard bag.
You have to understand something too. When people are in shape, there's a level of respect people give them. This person earned that. It ain't easy. You earned that. You got discipline. So people take you a lot more serious.
Right.
Your energy's flowing a lot more serious too. Versus somebody who's slumpy,
that's
overweight, looks tired all the time, and talks like this, where somebody's like, Charles, let's go.
Well, that's the thing. It's not like I'm saying it's not just appearance, but it is what comes along with having that physique is because it comes along with you have a different energy, a different confidence, you just exude a different vibe.
I do.
You know, that just is what it is.
You got to understand, humans, we're energy people. We vibe off energy. That's why I like gyms, and that's why I go to gyms. I like to see people train hard. I've came up in quote unquote bodybuilding gyms, the hardcore ones, and that inspired me. I see the bigger, older bodybuilders, strong. That pushed me to train harder. I'm an energy. I go off energy.
Me too.
So
I love a gym with that energy. I love it. I do. I love that feeling.
We always go back to Las Vegas. That's one of our favorites of all time.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Athletic Club.
Yeah, I loved that gym. They have some even newer gyms there now that are even better.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing to do, by the way. If you're traveling, try out new gyms, get day passes.
We always do
new
that.
Gyms.
It's fun.
It's fun to go to the gym when you're traveling.
That's why, and even here locally, my buddies are training at the UFC Fit Gym. I like going to his gym and work out. Just mix it up.
Change of scenery.
Yes.
All right. Hold my coffee. It's not a comment. Hold my coffee. But I have to say, I've come to love this segment.
Me too.
Because it's just my opportunity to vent about something that's pissing me off. Hold my coffee. So I'm
going to keep my mouth shut and let you vent.
Coming off the heels of the other thing I was talking about, my experience with Musely, I'm just going to tell you this briefly, but I had another brand deal situation that went south a little bit. Yeah. And I'm not going to reveal too much information because they're going to make it right. Not yet. I just have to tell you what it took for me to get them to make it right is I said, okay, you know what? If that's the way you want to do business and handle that, I just want to let you know how I do business.
Yeah.
I will come forward with this experience to warn other people who are also creators or even consumers that this could happen to them. And in my experience, it's very damaging to the brand. And I would hate to do that. If you guys are willing to make it right, then I will not go that route. But I wanted to respectfully let you know that is the route that I will go.
Yeah.
So this has been going on this week. And then I got an email saying, okay, what's your payment information? They're going to make do with what they owe me and pay me.
Wow.
And I gave them a deadline too. This is your deadline. Payment is not received, because it's difficult in this space. that I'm in. You guys don't know like
give them a little context
backstory, but you create these companies, reach out to you, do a deal or whatever, you promise certain things, and then they promise payment for those certain things.
Yes.
But the problem is there's a little bit of a trust factor in that payment comes after you deliver.
Yes.
Payment is always after the deliverable. And sometimes companies get sneaky and they will push off payment so that the deliverable stays out there. They'll make excuses or whatever. And then ultimately they'll ghost sometimes and never pay. And it's a lot of money to try to sue them and all of that. So usually creators just chalk it up as a loss. But there is a trend now with creators that if that happens,
they're fighting back now.
They come forward.
Yes.
And we'll all repost it because people want to know, I would never work with that brand or I would never buy from that brand. And those stories tend to go viral.
Hey, let me tell you something. Don't end up on Goob's page. What is it? Goob U2?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He'll definitely expose you.
But that's something different.
It is.
But yeah, so I had a little situation and I didn't lead with that. By the way, that was my final, okay, I'm not going back and forth anymore.
That's it.
This is what's going to happen.
Stop playing games.
There is no negotiation. You don't negotiate rates after the product is delivered. That's
hell no.
That's like me walking into Louis Vuitton.
Dirty business.
Taking a purse out of the store without paying for it.
Yes.
And then Louis Vuitton contacted me saying, hey, you got to pay for that. And be like, okay, but can I pay you $1,000 less than the price tag? No. You cannot.
Snaky ass companies.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Keep playing. We'll expose you. Look what that little scent company did for us. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
I posted that in
the Sim company?
The scent.
Oh,
scent
the
company.
hotel collection.
Hotel collection.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's my Hold My Coffee. They're holding my coffee currently. But payment has not been deposited into my account, but they have a certain amount of days to get it to me.
Yeah.
And I will come forward with receipts and emails and all of that stuff if they don't.
I'll blast them on my page too, and I have a lot of followers on my.
That is to me, that is the absolute so disrespectful.
It is
to do that.
Yes, so that's good that content creators are coming forward and ousting them.
Yeah, because they get to look. I take a lot of pride. I go above and beyond with brands that I work with because first of all, I don't work with very many brands because I only work with something if it's a fit, if it's authentic to me.
Yeah.
I don't work with very many brands, and when I've selected to work with you, it's a big deal for me. And then it's a lot of work to film
taking time out of your day and all that.
But I always go above and beyond. So maybe the agreement is a YouTube video. But I'll always also do an Instagram, and I'll also post on TikTok. I will always do extra. Yeah. I always do, because I come from a business background where I believe in under-promising, over-delivering whenever possible.
Yes.
I try to do that at least. Nobody's perfect, but I try.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the hot coffee topic. I had to touch on this because it's annoying. It's evolved over the last few days, but the subject of the movie The Blindside, Michael Oher.
Yeah.
There was the Blindside movie with Sandra Bullock. He was adopted by a white family. And, as an adult, he was adopted as a teenager from a white family, ended up becoming an NFL player. The movie did very well. It was a very heartwarming story. Everyone loved it. It was amazing that this family took him in.
She won an Oscar for that.
Sandra Bullock won an Oscar for it. He came out and was suing the family because he says he just found out he was never legally adopted. He was actually tricked into signing a conservatorship. And he also said that the family made millions of dollars off the movie and he didn't see any money. That's what came out day one. Right after that came out, everybody came out and said, oh my gosh,
right?
They're terrible family. I knew it.
Without knowing nothing.
Without knowing anything.
Just quick to make judgment.
Well, what did I say? I said, wait a minute.
Yes.
Let's hear the full story before passing judgment. I
always said, let it play out.
Let it play out. Because I did feel like, that would be sad, but there's always two sides of the story.
Always. And
so then the family has since come out and said, the reason he was a conservatorship and not an adoption is because he was an adult.
18.
They did that in order to get them into their alma mater, the college that he wanted to go to.
Yep.
He had to be legally a child.
Yes.
to get into the college, but they never acted on the conservatorship outside of that. It just lay dormant. It's not like they continued to do contracts or whatever in his name.
Yeah.
They also said that the 5 family members that were subjects of the movie equally divided what the proceeds they received from the movie, which wasn't a lot of money, but they have all the records documenting that, including Michael. Like, he did get payments as well.
Yeah.
And then they also said that he threatened to come forward and he wanted money or whatever. There was a little bit of like a shakedown.
15 million. Is that true?
I don't.
Allegedly.
TMZ says allegedly there was a $15 million shakedown before the court filing.
Okay.
But so that's the story, and it's still evolving, and I'm sure that there's a lot to it. But just remember, don't just freaking pass judgment on when you hear one side of a story.
One thing you miss, I think, didn't they just recently or not too long ago sold off his Taco Bell franchises and got like $200 million?
The family did.
The family
so
did.
It could be that he saw a little jealousy, saw the family has a lot of money. They were franchise owners of fast food restaurants, and they just sold a bunch of them for $200 million. So there's probably a little bit of jealousy stuff going on because they seem to have a lot of money, but that money is not from the Blindside. It's from, they were wealthy.
Or his NFL career.
He made $35 million, and they didn't take a penny of his NFL career, even though he was under a conservatorship.
Yeah.
I just think don't rush to judgment just because it looks bad. Oh, it's this white family. And I don't even pretend to know the entire story yet. I'm just saying, always remember there are multiple sides to a story.
Always.
And the most ridiculous thing I saw come out of this, is Twitter went crazy, or whatever they want to call it now, X, went crazy saying Sandra Bullock should lose her Oscar.
I saw that on Instagram too.
What does this have to do with her acting capabilities in the movie?
Nothing.
The Oscar is to award, not the story, is to award your ability to act in the movie.
It's just this mob mentality.
That's sick.
That dude Harvey Levin talks about it on TMZ. This mob everybody just likes to come and pounce on you without even anything. They're just quick. Like society's waiting for the next story to pounce on you. Like their shit don't stink or something. Like,
I can't stand it.
Shut up. Yeah, me neither.
I can't. And I've seen this so much. And even in personal stuff, on social media and stuff, some other stuff went down. You know what I'm talking about? How when there's a divorce that happens, and I'm not going to share details, but when there is a divorce that happens, especially among people who have a large following on Instagram, and one side of the couple is sharing all the dirty laundry,
spilling the beans,
and the other one is staying quiet. Everyone believes the loud one.
Always. It's always the loudest person in the room.
And then the quiet one, who's taking the high road, is vilified.
Yep.
Because their silence is taken as guilt. It's not always that way. Just remember this. There are always more than one side to a story, for sure.
Always.
Usually 2 sides, mostly 3 sides.
The truth.
So there's usually, consider those things before you pass judgment. They don't. I know.
Quickly take in one side only.
No, I know. I've been the subject of that before because I've always been in my situations in life and things that I've been through, I always stay quiet.
You do.
But that's just my nature.
Yeah.
And
what do you always say? The truth always comes out and prevails, and people find out.
That's
it's
what
hilarious.
I always say.
They do.
Because eventually, true colors always come out.
Yes, they do.
All right. Moving on to this story that I read in the New York Post. And I could not believe the headline because this is in the New York Post. Like, this is like mainstream media. And it read, "Bye bye booty. Heroin Chic is in."
What the hell's that?
Bye bye booty. Heroin Chic is back. It means that the curvy, voluptuous bodies are no more. And now it is heroin chic, meaning skinny ass, like frail, skinny bodies are back.
And who's saying this? Just because the New York Post about it? That's
because the trends. What do you mean who's saying it? We talked about it before, that we see the trend going back to that. You see it. The trends. You see it on the runway. The best way to know what's happening in fashion trends, and fashion trends then translate to body trends, is what's happening in like New York after New York Fashion Week. Like during the whole, when the Curvilicious thing, they had a lot of plus size models walking the runway like never before, whatever. And then the whole body positivity. But why does the pendulum have to swing all the way back in the other direction? Frail, skinny.
Ugh.
Do you remember the cigarette smoking Kate Moss? That whole, look, I have the picture here. I'll put it up here. It was called the wavy.
It doesn't even look healthy. It looks like you're just skin and bones and your face is sunk in. That's what they like. And if women are going to follow that, good luck with that.
But they followed it in the plus size. So yeah, probably. You already see it. Don't you already see? Because of the Ozempic bodies.
Yeah.
Ozempic bodies are very thin, frail looking bodies. So since
they're like
those
a skinny fat.
Since a lot of those celebrities that's what they have, that's what they're showing.
Yeah.
That is what's going to become trendy, that frail, thin body. Because with Ozempic, when you lose a lot of weight on Ozempic, you're losing weight by eating very little calories. And so you're just very skinny.
Yes.
You lose a lot of muscle mass too.
Yes, you do.
And so because of that, though, that's going to cause, the trend is switching to the other side.
Those women would probably collapse on the scale. They'll be happy with the number, but when they see the body fat, they'll be like, what? I'm 40% body fat?
Is this kind of started, the Ozempic thing and everything started with Kim Kardashian when she lost 16 pounds to fit in Marilyn Monroe's dress. This was over a year ago already, but she was the first one that supposedly, allegedly, she used the medication at that time to lose the weight. But everyone freaked out when they saw how thin she was for that. And that was like a year and a half ago. She's much thinner now. She slowly got even thinner and thinner.
Ain't nobody's paid attention to said nothing.
She's much thinner now. And people were freaking out then, but she's probably even 10, 15 pounds lighter than she was when she wore that Marilyn Monroe dress.
And everybody made a big deal about that.
Yeah.
Remember that? And now no one's saying nothing now. It's quiet. It's like crickets.
Now, because I'm telling you, the trend is...
Don't follow trends, you guys.
I've never followed
me neither.
Body trends.
No.
Fit and healthy has always been my goal, even before it was a thing. But when, like we talked about, when women were not, muscles on women wasn't like, ooh, like that's not attractive.
Yes.
But I saw muscles on Linda Hamilton, which we talked about a few episodes ago in Terminator 2. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that.
Everybody was blown away. Yep.
But it wasn't a thing.
No. It was still like, women on muscles.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing. And it still isn't. It's more so now. It's more so a thing, but it's still very uncommon.
Yes.
It is uncommon to see a woman walking around with visible muscles.
It's rare.
Like with biceps and shoulders.
Right now. Yeah. No, you don't see that.
Yeah. So it's still not a thing. But that's still what my goal is. I don't go with the trends. I go with what I love, that fit, healthy, like athletic
You got to
body.
understand something. We're in 2023. Fit and healthy will always, it's lifetime. It's never going to go out of style. You're fit and healthy. You're still strong. You don't have to be a muscle-bound person to be strong. You just have to have lean body tissue, move well, and be loose. Don't be all tight and stiff.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's bye-bye booty and hello heroin chic.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Isn't that crazy that
the
they
men
got away
partake
with
in this too?
Huh?
Just as it's a woman thing, right?
What?
The men don't do that. Get all skinny.
No, I don't know what the trend. What are the body trends for men? That's a good freaking question. Think of like the top stars right now, like the A-list stars. What type of body? I think.
So I saw what's his name? Liam Harrison. I always get them confused.
Liam Neeson or Leo DiCaprio?
No, what's the Australian dude that Miley Cyrus was married to? Liam something.
Oh yeah, it's Liam Hemsworth.
There you go, him.
Yeah.
But he's a Hollywood star. He's a little bit of both. He's muscular, but he's also fit and he's hitting the boxing pad. So I don't know if that's. I think a lot of guys are going more for athletic
bodies. Yeah.
More mobile. You're more mobile. I did the bodybuilding thing. You know what I'm saying? You're stiff. You got big muscles. Yes, you're strong, but you're still stiff. You're not really agile. You know what I mean?
If you notice, like if you look at, you'd think like a fighter, they're going to have these bodybuilders are going to be like great fighters. Fighters never look like bodybuilders. Never. Because they can't move. They don't have a lot of mobility.
Well, it'll suck up your oxygen too much muscle. There's a fine balance. You can't have too much muscle as well.
You can't have, it messes with your endurance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's why they're very lean and loose. They have muscle. They're very lean.
Yeah, they're lean,
but they're weapons. Their muscles are like, every fiber in their body is like a weapon. Yeah. Very agile, like a cat. That's how I want to be, like light on my feet like a cat. agile, loose, not stiff, light.
Yeah.
That's the look I'm going for.
So you define yourself as what? Like when you went defined your physique and yourself, what do you define yourself as? Whether you're there or not yet, because you might not be.
I guess like athletic, fit and athletic, like hybrid athlete.
Yeah,
I do it all. Athlete. Yeah, I do martial arts, boxing, strength train, body weight work, calisthenics,
and I define myself as a fit, lean person, and I tell myself that every day. I'm fit, lean, and healthy, and because it's really important.
And you guys, even if you're not even to where you want to be and you're just starting your journey, tell yourself that every day.
Yes.
That'll help push you. Don't talk negative like I'm just a fat, lazy slob and this is what it is.
To be honest,
you'll believe that.
Number one. Number one is how you define yourself. Literally, you guys, I cannot drill this home enough.
Yes.
How you define yourself is what is controlling your life. That is driving your life, how you define yourself.
I like what Joe Rogan says, get out of your own way, get out of your head. Yeah. Just get out of it. Stop thinking that.
If you define yourself as whatever your negative attributes are, a lot of us do this, and it's important to get out of the habit of doing this. If you have a negative attribute and you're defining yourself based on that negative attribute, that is controlling your life. And let me give an example. I'll tell you what I'm guilty of. I tend to be an introvert. So Facts. If I define myself as an introvert and I tell myself I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert. It is what it is. I'm an introvert. That introvertness of myself will control my life. Yeah. And it'll prevent me from doing things because I have identified with an introvert. Therefore, I'm not going to push myself out of my comfort zone.
I see.
I'm being accountable to that's how it affects me. I do that and I catch myself doing that and I know I need to change that.
Interesting.
For example, for you, since we've recently identified you as you've accepted the fact that yes, you have ADHD.
I didn't want to.
But I didn't know accepting that you have ADHD. And I still haven't been
diagnosed though.
But don't identify yourself as ADHD because it will only make it worse. Oh, I have ADHD, so I can't I can't concentrate. No, you need to say, I can focus and I'm going to get this done. Don't let it limit you.
Yeah.
But for many people, the issue is they define themselves as the present, whatever they feel they are now. I'm broke, I'm fat, I'm lazy.
You're right. That's what Wes Watson talks about.
So you're defining that's going to control your life. If you think about if you wake up every day and go, oh, I'm so fucking lazy today.
Yes.
I'm just a lazy person. I'm lazy on the weekends. Whatever you tell yourself is what will be.
Yes.
So and let's all do it together because we all have work to do. You have work to do.
Yes,
I have work to do.
Yes.
You guys listening, I'm sure you have work to do also.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how you're defining yourself and really think about how is this controlling my life that I'm defining myself in such a way.
And then sometimes when we do that, we have blockers on and we can't get out of our own fucking way.
Yeah.
It sucks. I get stuck in my own head sometimes, but that's why I'm doing all this, what I'm doing, challenging myself, making shit hard so I can break through all those barriers.
So shift your identity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have to. Nothing else is going to work for you until you shift your identity. So if you're on your weight loss journey and you feel like you're a bigger person right now, like I'm a bigger person, I want to be healthy, but you are not a bigger person. You are a fit and healthy person because you can start doing today the things that are going to make you a fit and healthy person, so you can already identify as that person.
You could.
You do not have to wait until the mirror tells you're that person. You can identify with them immediately when your actions start
Guess what happens when you start believing it?
Yeah. And then it just happens. Then you'll turn into that person because the brain works to deliver what you are asking of it.
Yes.
Our brain is powerful, but if you harness it, it's even more powerful.
It's crazy, right?
It's going to deliver what you ask.
I always say everybody has a beast inside of them. You all have that. Whether you feel like it or not, you probably don't. You're probably like, nah, I don't got that. It's in there. It's a flip of the switch, though. You have to, like you say, you have to harness it.
You have to harness it. You have to really learn. I heard is his name Tony Robbins? I always call him Tim Robbins.
No, Tony Robbins.
Tim Robbins is from Shawshank Redemption, right? The actor?
Yes.
Okay. Tony Robbins. I saw a TikTok from him, and he said, we have to divorce the story of our limits. We got to divorce that shit.
Dude, I like that. I've never heard that before.
Okay. Marry who we want to be. Like, marry that image of who we want to be. Like, I want to be fit and healthy and wealthy. Okay. That's what I want to be. I'm putting it out there right now.
It's all good.
Fit, healthy, wealthy. Those are the things that I want. And that's who I'm going to identify as a fit, healthy, wealthy person. And I have to tell myself that every day. And if you find yourself saying things that don't align with that, you got to go, nope, that's not who I am. Don't you, even on a small scale, don't you ever notice that? Like some days when you're like not in the best mood and you start telling yourself things and then it becomes like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so lazy. I just don't feel like doing anything. So you're telling yourself that, guess what? You're going to be tired, you're going to be lazy, and you're not going to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
You will literally do what you are saying. So if you flop that around and say, you know what? I'm busy, but I'm going to get stuff done, getshitdone.com.
Yeah.
That's the mentality I have today.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going to getshitdone.com. I'm busy.
Yep.
I have some things I don't want to do, but I'm going to do them anyway. I'm going to feel good when they're done. And
I'm tired. I didn't want to get up at 4:20 this morning, but I got up. I went to the gym. I did my thing. Some days are going to be better than others. But
so try, for the most part, to just remember that. Divorce the story of your
limits.
I
love that. That's what I always
right?
say. We put limits. People, like I said, a lot of guys, fellas, if you're listening, don't tap out. Don't think, oh, my wife loves me. I've been married 20 years, but I got this big old gut. Why not get fit for her at least? Why not show her, okay, I want to create the man you really want to be. Stop pretending. You don't want that gut hanging over your stomach. Stop lying. I've been there. Feels like shit. Felt like shit. Felt like dying inside. She could tell you I was falling asleep everywhere. I was sweating everywhere I was eating. Felt like shit. I'm a decade plus older, and I'm way better shape than I was in my 20s. So don't tap out.
No.
Don't give up.
As Tony Robbins would say, he said the story that we tell ourselves as to why we are unable to achieve things, that story is why any strategy won't work. So you could have the best coach, the best diet plan, the best workout plan or whatever, but if you haven't divorced the story, it's never going to work. You could pay $10,000 for the best trainer in the planet. You could have a chef cooking your meals. You could have all the things. But if you haven't divorced the story, then it's not going to work. And the story is whatever you tell yourself of why you are where you are. Oh, I'm tired, or I'm busy. I have hypothyroidism, or whatever it may be. I have a bad knee. It's your excuses. The story is the reason that whatever strategy that you're working towards is never going to work if the story is limiting you. What's the story? I hear the stories every day in my job. That's what I do. I hear stories every day, and I get people to try to divorce that story.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in menopause. Okay, it might be a little harder for you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make it impossible. Okay, you have hypothyroidism. Okay, you have knee problems or whatever. We'll work around it. But you have to be willing to do that and not just constantly relying on that story that you're telling yourself as to why you're not reaching your goals, because that's what happens.
It's like a fallback. It's like a safety net. They just jump. All right, I'm not going to challenge myself. There's the safety, and I'm just going to jump over there, and this is my story I'm sticking to. You're right. I like that. Divorce. You got to divorce it.
You have to go through that, like that breakthrough. And
let me tell you something about mindset training. He's like the first, without even saying mindset training. He's one of the guys, I read his books several times.
Big fat book. You read it 2 times back to back.
After what?
After your psychotic break.
Yes. And he got my mind up and got me like, all right, dude, life's not over. You're not done. You can flip the switch. And that's what he's trying to tell people. You can flip a switch. And when he does his little things, I watch many YouTube videos. I'd go on walks and listen to him after that. And it made me flip a switch.
Yeah, so he helped you have a breakthrough.
I'd go to motivation and I always listen to him.
Yeah.
And then David Goggins, of course. Because he's been through some shit in life too.
Yeah.
So I like to listen to these guys that went through hard things in life.
But what's so cool is that we all have experiences that corroborate this information. Do you know what I mean by that? Because you can go back into your life and the years and the things you've experienced and the negative stuff, and think about what story were you married to that was negative, or think about positive things that have happened in your life and think, why did those positive things happen? What was your mindset at the time? What were you thinking? Did you bring this into existence based on your thought process and what you were thinking and what you were telling yourself? Because chances are you can go back and you can see, wow, it did work because it worked then and it worked then.
Yes.
In hindsight, you can see that it really does work.
Yes, it does.
The problem is we just get busy, lose sight of what worked for us before, and we go back to old habits.
Do. Yes.
We go back to like autopilot and old habits
what do you
and
always
old
say?
ways.
Comfort. We go to the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Comfort kills growth.
Yeah.
Go back to doing your old habits, your old ways. It's comfortable. That's why it's easy. It's not challenging. And then you start falling apart and you don't realize it. Then you're like, you look at yourself like, wow, how did I get here? Or what happened? How did I get to this place? Because you were swimming in that comfort zone too long. Way too long.
You were being in denial.
Yes.
You weren't holding yourself accountable for a good amount of time.
That's the one people need to work on the most. All of us. Hold ourselves accountable. Called out. Stop being a baby. If you get called out, good. You need it. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a crybaby. Stop being soft.
Called out.
Yeah. People are soft and sensitive. Stop with that. You know what I'm saying? I always tell you, I wish we'd go back to our era, but you got to be held accountable. I don't care. I love holding people accountable. Hold me accountable. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to tell you I'm this super motivational guy and discipline. Yes, I'm trying to get there. I'm myself. I'm on my own journey.
Everybody has their moments, though.
Yes, of course.
When they don't feel like going to work out. Or...
No. I'm not supercharged all the time.
What do you say? Stare at your shoes? When you stare at your shoes, like David Goggins says.
I do, too. I'll stare at my shoes and I'll be in my own head. And then sometimes I have to have a self-talk and talk shit to myself to get myself angry. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I call myself, stop being a little bitch. Get up and go do it. I have to like in my own head. So you see the power of the mind.
It is.
Get myself angry inside.
You know what I bet a lot of people do, which I did yesterday, I'm going to admit. I usually don't go to the gym like for long sessions. And I knew it had to be a long session because I didn't do my walk outside. So I was going to do my 3 miles in the gym. Then I was going to do full weights and all of that. That's overwhelming, the thought of doing all of that in one session. And so when I pulled in to the gym, I wasn't excited for a minute. I thought, oh God, this is going to be a long gym session.
Okay, let me stop you there. You know why? I always tell you, you started overthinking it.
No, I did. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I started to think about it too much. I started to think, I got to do the treadmill. I got to do that for 3 months. That was a big mistake. You know what I mean? But I had a self-talk and I said, okay, put on instead of saying I have to do this. And I literally told myself this in the parking lot of the gym. Instead of saying, oh, I have to do this, I need to say, I get to go work out right now. I get to have an hour of uninterrupted time on the treadmill listening to my favorite podcast. Yep. And then I get to go lift some weights, which I enjoy doing. I enjoy the feeling of lifting weights. And I just switched it around. I looked for a good podcast and then I got excited. I'm like, okay, this is exciting now. And I went in and I had a great workout, 2 hours. Yeah. See, I did an hour of my miles and then I did an hour of lifting and I felt so good after.
Now you understand why I be in there like 2+ hours. I be in my zone, man. I don't even care about the time. I'm in my zone and when I'm ready to go, I go.
And I had a good workout. I highly recommend getting yourself some AirPod Maxes though, because I felt like I was in my own world. What did I tell you when I got home? Yeah. The Pope could have been at the gym working out with his entourage and I wouldn't have known. I was so in my zone. Yeah. So in my zone and so engulfed in my podcast and all of that I have no idea what was going on around me. I was in my zone. I never looked at the clock and thought, oh, this much time.
Never look at the clock.
No, I just did what I needed to do.
Unless you, like today, I had to get back fast. Yeah. I had a little bit over an hour, but I stayed busy. I was rest less, do less weight, but just move if you have less time. That's what I do. Yeah. If I only have an hour. But if I have 2 hours, that's what I need. Yeah. I need 2 hours.
I don't need 2 hours if I don't have any cardio to do.
It
you can get a good, effective workout.
I could do an hour workout, and then I like to hit the bag for an hour, and then at least I want to.
You just like to be leisure, not to be in a rush.
What's that?
You like to be a leisure. You don't like to be in a rush.
No, because if I'm a strength trainer, I rest longer. Depends on the workout. Squats, I rest longer. Deadlifts, rest longer.
That's important.
You can't do 30 seconds in between unless you're going super light.
No.
That's compound movements. You need longer rest periods.
Yeah, that's true. Now, a lot of people don't realize that.
To be effective. Yeah. If not, it's not going to be effective.
No, it's not. If you don't give yourself proper rest to where you can give that next set as much as you gave the first set.
Yes, exactly.
Then it's not as effective and you're wasting time.
Yep.
Yeah, true. That's important. But so I had those moments. So it just goes to show you we all have the moments.
Same thing. That's funny. Let's stay on this conversation. I always tell you that too. Like today's boxing class, and it's a lot of conditioning in this class. It's going to be hard. I'm going to be drenched. I know it.
Yeah.
I hate the first part of class because my second wind hasn't kicked in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go do it anyways.
Yeah. You're not
But
going
if I
to
overthink it and I go sit on that couch and just for some reason start watching the news or whatever the case may be, I start overthinking it, forget about it.
Okay. Exactly. What about me?
Deadly.
So I'm going to go to an Orange Theory class at noon, which I normally don't go at noon. So it's already throwing me off. And it is the mile, a PR, what is it? I forget what it's called, but where you're trying to PR
Personal
your
record.
previous mile.
Yes.
So it's the mile run.
So what did I tell you? Instead of dreading it, like, I'm going to break my record today.
Yeah.
Just change your mindset. Like,
but
watch this.
Easily, like overthink that and be like, oh, forget it. I already walked my miles and I have a busy day.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I can,
Nope.
I can convince myself not to go.
Mm-mm.
But I'm not going to overthink. I'm trying not to even think about anything.
Don't.
I'm just going to get off this and
just go. What do we say? The biggest battle is getting there. Once you're there, you go. Once I'm there, I'm go. That's true. All I need is 5 minutes, break a little bead of sweat, is go time.
And then it feels so good when it's done.
Yes. You feel like a freaking savage beast, like you should.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
For everything, for all the comments, the shares. A lot of people ask, how can we support you? By commenting, sharing,
refer
liking.
us, tell people to listen to us, tell your friends, family, everybody.
All of that stuff helps. Yes, obviously, the 5-star review on Apple Podcasts helps as well, which is linked in the description. So go to the description, click there. It'll take you to Apple Podcasts, and then you can leave the review. But everything, just supporting anything that we do, our channels, our Instagrams, commenting on our content, all of that stuff is what supports us. Obviously, supporting brands that we work with also. So 1UP Nutrition, I am on the team 1UP Nutrition, and I love their products. We both use them every day. But you support me every time you use my code, whether it's 1UP Nutrition or Built Bar. And that's it. I don't really work with a lot of companies. I do that on purpose. But
that's funny. That's true.
Anyways, that's how you guys support us. We love doing this. We're excited to keep it coming.
Yes. We're just warming up. You know what I'm saying?
Just warming up.
Even though we're going on year 4 soon, we're just warming up.
It's been a long time. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.
See ya.